Hey guys, what is up? It's HBL Manga here and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Now guys, today it is the end of October, which I literally cannot fathom. Today I will be showing you guys all of the manga that I purchased in the month of October. Now this month's manga haul is honestly unlike any other month that I've ever had before. It kind of feels a little weird, but not weird in a bad way, just like very, very different. So let's not delay, let's get right into it. First I'm going to show you guys all of the pre-orders that I got this month. So the month of October actually wasn't super heavy for pre-orders for me, which is very, very good because November, literally I feel like every series is releasing a volume in November. I don't know how I'll ever be able to financially recover from this.
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
So the first pre-order that I did in the month of October is obviously Chainsaw Man Volume 7. I love this dang series. I think it is just so much fun. It's really unlike anything that I've ever read before. And I read this right as I got it, and I actually decided to continue reading the story on the Shonen Jump app. So I am completely done with Chainsaw Man on the app. And guys, I'm actually really excited for Volume 8 to come out for those of you who are reading physically. Because guys, Volume 8 gets very interesting and it really starts to ramp up the story just in general. But Chainsaw Man Volume 7, these volumes don't miss, and the design of the covers and the spines, it just, Chainsaw Man's freaking good. Okay, so the next pre-order that I got this month is the Heroic Legend of Arslan Volume 15. This is a series that I think a lot of people genuinely sleep on. I mean, it's a great story with like knights, kings, queens, horses, I mean all that sort of stuff. And the art is done by the same creator of Full Metal Alchemist, and you can really tell there are some characters in this story that when I see them, I'm like, Edward? I do really enjoy this read. I'm not currently on Volume 15, but from what I've read so far, I do really enjoy it, and I would recommend that you guys give it a shot. So the next pre-order that I got this month is Yowamushi Pedal Volume 18, with the dudes on the cover looking very chadly, I might add. Yowamushi Pedal is a great sports manga, and I always really encourage people to give it a shot. It's a cycling manga. I will say this series is slowly going out of print, especially the first volume, so if you've ever been like thinking about it, had a fleeting thought about picking the series up, please pick it up now because Yen Press is honestly stupid. If you've been thinking about getting into Yowamushi Pedal, people, now is the time, and I highly encourage that you do. Okay, so the last pre-order that I have this month is actually, it's interesting. I don't know if I'll like it. So the last one that I got is Burn the Witch Volume 1. This is a new manga released by the same creator as Bleach, which if you guys have heard me talk about Bleach ever, I read the first couple volumes of Bleach and honestly didn't really enjoy it. Don't come for me. I do want to give Bleach another shot, maybe I'll just go the anime route, but again, this is done by the same creator of Bleach, and apparently it's set in the same world as Bleach, so we'll see if I can read this successfully without really knowing a whole lot about Bleach. But the main reason, okay guys, the main reason that I picked this up is because of this. Are you ready? Are you ready? Look at that. It's like a whole dang slipcover. I actually like this cover a little bit more than this one, but it's literally just like a cardboard cover sleeve thing for the entire manga. And then this is, I guess, the actual cover of the manga series. Yeah, I definitely like this one a little bit more, and I'm gonna be completely honest, this thing was the selling factor for me because I'm like, this just looks freaking cool. Okay, so those were all of the pre-orders that I got this month, so now let's go into some of the random volumes that I picked up. So the first two volumes are part of the same series, and I picked up Real Volume 5 and Volume 6. Real is such a good sports manga, and honestly, I've really been getting into it more recently. It's basically a story about wheelchair basketball, but I genuinely, I think, really like this story because the characters in it are very human, like they're very raw, very like genuine, very real. It's been really cool to see the character development of these characters in this story and just genuinely the very human struggles and emotions that they go through. It's just really, really well done, and the art is done by Inoue, which is done by the same creator of Vagabond, so you guys already know that the art is good. I would really encourage you guys to give this a shot if you haven't already. Okay, so believe it or not, we're already at the end of the video where I show you guys like the main series that I picked up. Again, this last series I'm going to show you ate a lot of my manga budget this month. And you guys probably already know because you do see it. Believe it or not, you're seeing it in the frame right now. But I got completely caught up to date with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so I picked up all of Part 3, Part 4, and what's been released so far of Part 5. So, JoJo's is a financial commitment because each of these volumes go for like $20 a pop, and there are like, I think 20 volumes I needed. But I really just decided to buckle down, purchase the series. Right Stuff was having their Viz sale, which is where I got like all of my Part 3, and then I found a really good deal of Part 4 on Mercari. JoJo's is a series that I've recently really been getting into and have really been loving. I'm currently on Part 3. I'm about in the second half of Part 3. I'm like reading the manga and watching the anime at the same time, which has been interesting, but I'm in the second half of Part 3 and I have thoroughly been enjoying it. I will say Part 2 is still my favorite. So far it's Part 2, Part 3, and Part 1. I knew after reading Part 2 that I really loved this series and wanted to pick the rest of it up physically. So I just really buckled in and took the initiative and spent the money. I have thoroughly enjoyed this read and it has been completely worth it. I'm so glad that I'm caught up to date physically because this was a daunting task, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so there's actually one more thing that I wanted to show you guys. It's not technically a manga, but it is related. So if you guys didn't know, Kentaro Miura, the author of Berserk and other various manga titles, actually passed away. But regardless, there was a magazine publishing company, I guess, or a magazine company in Japan that released kind of a magazine devoted to Miura, and that is the Young Animal issue of Berserk. So this is the cover of it. It literally just has guts on it, and this entire magazine, or at least a majority of it, is devoted to Miura. Now, what I mean by devoted is they actually published the last chapter of Berserk written by Miura in this magazine. But even in the beginning, they include like blown up like art prints or like art of Berserk. So not only did it come with this, but it also came with a little booklet that I believe, I mean obviously I can't read Japanese, forgive me, but I believe it contains like messages to Miura from the team that he worked with or just people in his life. I mean, it just literally includes like just writings from people again in his life and that worked with him. And I mean, I do want to take the time eventually to read this and to understand like what all of this means, because obviously Berserk is obviously such a foundational manga in the community. So eventually I'm gonna take my good old Google Translate to this and actually read what these things say. I will say this also did come with a double-sided poster, which I'll include a video or image of here. On one side it's more of like a manga panel type thing, and on the other side is just straight up artwork. I'm really glad to have this again. Berserk is my favorite manga series of all time, so it just kind of is very much a collector's piece. I will say I actually got this off of Mercari. A lot of people actually like ordered directly from an overseas site, but I missed the pre-order for that and I was stupid, so I did pay more than I should have, but this is definitely something that I really wanted to have in my collection. Again, just very much a collector's piece, but I thought it was really, really cool. So guys, that was my manga haul for the month of October. Again, I am very excited to have JoJo's and all of the manga that I got this month. Very, very excited, very, very thankful. October and the fall season have just been crazy with school and work, so I do apologize if my upload schedule is kind of whack right now. It's literally like I work and have school until like 5:30ish, and then I come home and it's like dark outside, and it's like, how am I supposed to film under these conditions? So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you for everything that you do. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.